In this episode, I will tell you a story of a man who found out that his wife was cheating on him. Cheating and lying in this land, in this country, is nothing new. Everyone does it. It's part of the culture. It comes very naturally to these people. Subscribe to the channel, click the like button, share this video so we can please the YouTube overlords. This man says, I wanted to dabble in the issue of infidelity. As when did you see or feel signs that your Filipina or barb girl or girlfriend or wife was cheating on you? Not necessarily you caught her red-handed, but something changed in her demeanor, the way she kissed you or lack thereof, made boom boom, spoke to you, wants to go with her Filipino friends to the parties without you, etc. With my ex-friends, again, I was married to a Filipina. I noticed a change in their demeanor, and they were always interacting with their husbands. I noticed they changed completely. They seemed very dismissive. Now, just to give my experience with cheating, Filipinas, and I've stated this before, every single of my ex-friends cheated on their husbands, no matter how unappealing they were or the guy. Now, I'm not talking one or two, I mean everyone. They will even lie to their friends about it until they can exchange stories about their cheating. Back in the 80s and 90s, I lived in California. There, I dated a few Filipinas. Two admitted they worked in a bar, but did not dance. One admitted to working at the bar as a bar girl. All of these ladies admitted that things changed with their husbands when they got there. And so they broke it off and looked for another man. Read between the lines on that. One lady I was with towards the end of the romance acted completely different to me. She would unplug the phones from the wall so no other guy could call her. I saw the phones unplugged twice, and the third time I questioned her about it and acted like she had no idea. This is a relationship I could go on for hours about, but it ended in a fireball. So towards the end of my 26-year marriage, I started to get the same vibes about a year or so before it ended and our marriage was over. So I said to myself, she must be boinking someone else. So it went downhill from there to the inevitable. I never found out for sure if she was cheating, but my daughter said she had two boyfriends when we got divorced. So what's your story? Someone responds by saying, in my 15 years experience in the Philippines, cheating and lying is part of the Filipino culture. Women and men have thousands of excuses even when caught red-handed, and have the unique ability to make you believe that they have not done anything wrong. Just my opinion. Being married and having two kids. This is true. It happens quite often. I've made a video regarding lying and cheating culture in this country. Everyone knows it. If you spend any time with one of them, you would know immediately. Someone else responds and says, I agree with you somewhat, but none of my ex's friends except for one were bar girls lacking in looks, let's say. Very small world. I was showing a few guys at were pictures of a few Filipino clubs, meeting dinners I went to, and one of my coworkers recognized a friend of my wife. He met her in a traffic court a few years back. He told me on the QT that he met up with her a few times too, you know. She was in her mid-50s at the time, but looked much younger. One more person shared their experience and says, I met one here in the US a few years back. Didn't know she was married until I was invited to lunch and her Filipino friends were looking at me oddly like why I'm there, how she knew me. Turns out married some guy she claimed treated her poorly and couldn't take care of business. I'm like, you didn't know he couldn't get it up before you decided to marry him? She knew he couldn't perform, but married him anyway. Then she's on a dating site looking, begging me to come do her, but I'm like, hell no. I don't want some crazy husband to come looking for me. I could see on his Facebook the guy was proud and deeply in love. Had to let that one go to avoid being caught up in someone else's marital drama. As you can see, there are countless stories of these women cheating. One common trend between these women is that they always claim their ex-boyfriend was abusive. I don't believe a word that they say. They only say this because it makes you feel as though there's a legitimate reason why they no longer date Filipinos. How many times have you been speaking to a Filipina and she said either her husband has died somehow? Why are all these men dying? Are they going off to war? I don't understand. Or that the husband was abusive, so she's no longer interested in a Pinoy boyfriend. Many of them also say that Pinoys cheat. That may be true, but so do all other men. There's no difference. But they only say this to you so you drop the issue as to wonder why they are an international dating site looking for men across the world. As I mentioned before, do not believe a word they say. Filipinas are excellent master manipulators. They will cheat without you even knowing. They'll say they're going to their cousin's house when it's their boyfriend. They say they're going to do some sort of training at work or they're just going to ride another person's dick. It's very easy for them to cheat and they feel no remorse from it. They have this sense of pride when it comes to cheating on a foreigner as they can get away with it. It's really strange and difficult to explain. It's almost like an achievement, similar to men, but the difference is it's not difficult for a woman to cheat, but it is very difficult for a man to have a woman accept to be with them. There's a difference in the way you accomplish a goal. Nothing feels great if it's easy, but women do it anyways, and that's why there's a difference between men cheating and women cheating. Women can get almost any man at any moment as long as they open up their legs, but men have to put in the work and put in the effort, and when you get one, you feel proud, like an achievement. It makes the rest of your day, a week, or even a month. So it's much more difficult to be a man and still have women accept you. Someone confirms what I just said by saying, she's full of shit. The his dick does work story is one I've heard from many different Filipinas when they were getting divorced or breaking up with their boyfriend. This is the first thing they say to try and deflect blame. This became a common theme. One of my wife's friends kept saying that about her soon-to-be ex, who was 10 years younger than her. Then it comes out that he is dating a much younger Hispanic girl. So I guess the dick doesn't work story didn't hold up. Get it? Doesn't hold up. These stories are very common because all these women talk to each other. They know exactly what to say and try to get you to believe them when in reality they are the problem. It is nothing new and has been going on for decades. However, it is time for us men to speak up. I want to know your stories. Has your Filipina girlfriend or wife cheated on you? Share them so we can spread the facts about the country that everyone thinks is only paradise on earth. There are two sides to every country. I'm here to show you the other side. The side that many vloggers don't show you. The side that you need to know about to protect your finances, your emotions, and your life savings. It's time to read yesterday's best and worst comment. Yesterday's best comment, they just use him to get to Australia. Must have been a real catch for all three of them to dump him. Also, why would he attempt his second and third time after what happened with the first one? Not a very intelligent man. I understand. I agree. It is not right to blame victims in any situation. However, us as men need to take more responsibility. This goes back to yesterday's video where this Australian man brought back 3 women into Australia and they all cheated on him while he was away at work. So own up, man up, and be responsible for some of your decisions. Gentlemen, listen, it's time to read yesterday's worst comment. The worst comment is from Sticking202. What the fuck, man? Your channel is turning into Crimea River for simps. Get back to the facts of living in the Philippines. Well, sir, these are the facts. These are the stories. That's why I'm sharing them, to prevent you from making similar mistakes. If you want more informative topics, look at the Philippines Truth channel. That will be for that type of video. This channel will be mainly for stories. Thanks for watching. God bless.